Are we live?
We are live. Yeah, I don't know if the video went out. I have no idea.
All right.
I thought it was playing.
It started to play and then it just kind of cut
Started,
off. So I don't know what
and then
happened.
I don't know what happened. Well, wouldn't be Thanksgiving without being thankful for technical difficulties when you're trying to do a live, I guess, television, radio, whatever the fuck this is called, live stream. Is that what it's called in young people's terms? I don't really know, to be honest with you at this point, but happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Welcome to the AC show with special guest host Ryan Badgley and, of course, our very own AC, the bearded Bears fan, Mr. Aaron Current. AC, what's up, man? How you doing on this beautiful
What's going on, Badger? What's going on, man? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all y'all in the bar room and all the Barflies. As I told you before we went on, I'm rocking all black today for Matt Nagy's funeral. Hopefully we can get somebody in here that knows how to coach. I don't know. But not only is it the Bears game on Thanksgiving, and hopefully they'll give us something to watch today, but it is also Louisville Hate Week. So it's L's down over here in the Current household all week long. Fuck Louisville. They're already talking about they got the flu running through their locker room, so they're making excuses from the get-go.
Well, they laid it down to the Syracuse Orangemen a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to do the L's down thing too.
They beat the shit out of Duke last week too, like 62 to something. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. The man on the bottom of our screen, none other than Mr. Bobby Bobs. What's going on, man?
What up, though?
It's Bobby Stubble.
Man. Just fuck all that. It's been a little while, you know. Just fucking, just doing it, man. Getting this whole Thanksgiving thing ready, and all the girls are home, so that's good, and just the craziness downstairs. So I was down there. I'm like, yo, get out of the way. Let me get a cup of coffee. But Carrie's gonna bring it up, and I don't know, man. This whole Nagy thing. I know we'll get into it. I know you seen the reports yesterday of where they said they came out and told the players and the team that, hey, none of this was true. So who fucking knows what's going to happen, man? I just think it's a lot of fan-based guidance, and making it happen on our own. And of course it's inevitable. He's leaving anyway. Mm-hmm. But all these reports and the fire Nagy and all these things that are coming out, man, is just it's just salt in the wound, especially the whole damn kids football game. But whatever, we'll get into all that shit and see where we're at. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. I just think we should probably just start with all the Nagy shit, in all honesty, because really, for a short week, this really overtook all the headlines. It all started on Monday with the video that came out of Fire Nagy chants at his son's football game. Now, we talked about it, in a text thread, and Aaron and AC and I were talking about it before we went on. Now, I do believe it's very disrespectful, but I did also find it kind of funny. And I'm going to say this right now. If what the report said yesterday about him purposefully sending Justin Fields out in Cleveland without a good game plan and trying to protect him, then fuck him, and he deserved it.
I don't think that that's true. I think so I thought the kid's game thing was fucked up, right? Like, yeah, you're there. Your kid has nothing to do with that shit. Whatever. It's just drama, and it's just shithead fucking fans trying to be funny and whatever. I don't even know, like, it. They're saying that it was the kids, the fan section from the other team. That started it. I don't know. I mean, honestly, probably a bunch of fucking spoon-fed little rich bitches that fucking, have never been punched in the mouth, and they're over there just running whatever. So I'm sure I don't know. That's just me thinking about it, right? The Bulls game, yeah, sure, that's funny. Fuck it, who cares? Like,
right.
The whole fucking stadium. They're like, well, the Bulls have lost. Let's go ahead and do this. Fucking fire Nagy and fucking, and cool. That's funny. Like, I didn't mind that at all. I don't think that it was like pettiness or spite that Nagy's like, fine, I got to start Fields. Like, good. Let me make sure he gets sacked. Like, come on. Then at that point, your job is over. Like, if that's what you did, you're giving up millions of dollars because you have to start somebody who is that's I don't think that that's true, man. I just think that it's more shit piling up now. At this part, it's a snowball effect, and people are coming out with stuff, and people are going to believe it. People believe shit they read on Twitter, but like, I don't know why, but they do, and people believe like all this shit that they read. And it must be true if this motherfucker, what has he got? He's got a, whatever. Like,
he's a Pulitzer Prize winning writer, former Chicago Sun-Times reporter.
He's not just some meatball fan. I think that's why that the report has some validity to it.
Well, that's why everybody believed in it more, but there was still a lot of question marks around it. Because it's from a source.
If you break it down, it doesn't really make sense why they would say, win or lose, you're gone Friday. Like, if they're gonna do that, they should have, like, well, we were talking about it during the bye week, should have let him go. But if they're gonna do, like, it, to me, it didn't make sense. Like, we all want Nagy gone. Everyone knows it. The fan base knows it. The ownership has to know it at this point. But to say, yeah, we're going to let you go Friday, but can you do us a solid and coach on Thursday for us? Like, to me, that was the questionable thing. Like, why?
That's
like,
even worse than saying you're going to start Dalton over fucking Fields. You know what I mean? That's even worse. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you're going to fire me? Cool. Yeah. Hey, A-Rob, you're going to fucking play quarterback. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It makes no sense.
And I was listening to Dan and Aldo yesterday at work, and I think one of them said, basically Nagy went up to him, was like, if you're gonna fire me, don't put my family through this shit. Just fucking pull the trigger, So that, I mean, I can respect Nagy for that, and if you're not gonna have him, you're obviously. It's not going to work, man. It hasn't worked in 4 years. How many times?
I mean, isn't there a possibility that once this shit happened at his game, that Nagy didn't say, if you're going to fire me, he like went up and said, hey, at the end of the season, I'm going to resign? Or
no, because he wouldn't get paid if he resigned. That's
why. That's why I'd have to. Well, nobody knows how long his contract is anyway. Maybe his contract's up at the end of the season.
Look at this comment right here from the Factor. They're a fucking piss poorly run organization. They have no clue what they are doing. That's why I don't know if any of this is true, but come on. If something like this was even being discussed or talked about, clearly in the organization, somebody's talking to somebody. Maybe it's not this isn't what was talked about, but somebody's giving out some sort of information somewhere. How that is, who knows?
Do you think that this really gets said where they tell him this, and then all this shit blows up, and they backpedal so far that fucking McCaskey comes downstairs and tells all the players and the coaching staff that was never said? Do you think that they cover it up that bad, or do you think like, oh fuck, hey man, we got caught, take it on the chin? Yeah, we said it. That's why I don't think it's like everything else about it. Granted, I don't want the fucking dude to stay around. Don't get me wrong. I just think that the way that all this happened was more of a, hey, let's shift blame to the fucking organization right now. Let's shift everything to them. Make a move. Make Nagy, like do all this shit. Maybe it was vindictive. Maybe it wasn't. But maybe there was just somebody in the organization that's vindictive, that doesn't like Nagy, and fed this fucking dude a bullshit report because he knew it would blow up. I don't fucking know, man. I just think, and yeah, 100%. It's a. We've been fans of a poor run organization since the day we were born, fellas. Like 85.
Well, I'm married into this, man. I can get out.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been poorly run. I mean,
yeah.
Fucking Super Bowl team was still poorly run. I mean, if you've watched the behind the scenes and the whole, I forget what the name of that video is, but all that there was fucking hate in that thing. There was hate for and
Aldo. Another thing that he talked about on that, Dan and Aldo, was there was reports that Ditka was going to get fired in '83 and something happened. Like there was friction between the coaching staff and the front office even back then. What would have happened?
The players had more confidence in their like offensive and defensive coaches than they had in the head coach. Like motherfuckers hated Ditka. Ditka wasn't a good coach. I mean, he wasn't really like, take it as it is, put it in your turkey, stuff that bitch. But I'm just saying he wasn't really that good of a coach. There was a lot of hate for that motherfucker, but he was strict, and he like ran his shit with an iron fist, if you want to say it that way, right? And a lot of people didn't like him. A lot of players didn't like him, and the organization's been fucked since day one. There is no like, they got their hands in the fucking pot when they need to just sit back and put people in charge and run it, man. But
I wish they would come out. Like, they don't owe us anything as fans technically, but why don't we hear from Ryan Pace at all? And when we do hear from him, it's a setup, and they're like, you can only ask such and such questions. If you ask,
it's only in the offseason.
It's only in the offseason. You're gonna lose your media credibility if you ask a tough question. We never hear from the McCaskies. If you go to the game, you can meet George McCaskey. I actually got a photo with him the last time I was in Cincinnati. And that was when Roquan was holding out. I was like, dude, we got to sign Roquan. And he told me, we're going to get it handled. But it's not like, they're not really, they're all like Nagy. They talk without saying anything. Like,
get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together. And if you got to take it somewhere, take it somewhere, Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just got to get it together.
Palace Hall, a.k.a. the shit museum.
Yeah, never going to happen. Never going to happen.
It isn't going to happen. And I think that's the thing that just doesn't sit right with me is the fact that we're sitting here as guys with zero NFL experience, guys with zero college experience, other than playing the game at a young age, being fans of the organization and the teams at those upper levels. And we're sitting here and seeing things that I just can't believe the front office doesn't see. And why is it that we're seeing it and there's nobody addressing any of this? To me, that's what makes it look that much worse. To me is, I don't care if you come out and say you're not firing Nagy, but to let it to slip out that George had to address the locker room. Look at the effort on the field. Robert Quinn played with effort last week. Roquan Smith played with effort. Justin Fields, David Montgomery was playing with effort. Who the fuck else did? Nobody else did. You got guys dropping passes. It's week 11, 12? People still missing tackles. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely asinine. The players don't want to play for this guy anymore, and he shouldn't be in the position he's in now. Get rid of him now and cut the bullshit. I don't care. It's been 101 years. You've never done it. Well, there's time to try something new. And what a better time when you've got an incompetent person running your football team.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there something, though, that came out saying that the players were upset that this happened? That the players were, were like Team Nagy?
Well, I heard the opposite. I heard someone said that in the locker room, the most fun they had at practice was during Nagy's COVID week. And the last time we saw them play with effort was when Chris Tabor was our head coach for that week.
Yeah. Tabor was pumped up on the sidelines, though, man. You know,
we lost to a quarterback who had never taken an NFL snap. Our defense just let him drive down the field like he was Peyton fucking Manning in the fourth quarter. And we've seen it 2 weeks in a row now. That's an effort thing.
Dude, I mean, think about this for a second, right? So we're another loss out of a bye week, which I fully expected it. I really had no confidence that the team would come out and perform well at all. And I mean, they didn't. Now you're coming on a short week, which I know everybody, you see all the beat. Oh, Matt Nagy is perfect on a short week. Who gives a fuck? I'm to the point, I don't even care. I'm eating my fucking Thanksgiving dinner at noon today, and I am so fucking happy that I don't even have to turn the goddamn game on.
There's a lot of people saying that too, man.
Fucking care anymore. Like, it's hard for me to come on here each week knowing that the only thing to talk about is either Justin Fields or when are we going to fire Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
What else is there to fucking talk about? There's nothing else. Not a thing. Otherwise, we're looking at the offseason. I was talking with a buddy of mine the other day. Oh, no. Well, I mean, now's as good as time to look toward, the future. What future? The whole thing needs to be torn down, burnt to the ground, and rebuilt. Now, in 5 years, and if we want to talk about it, okay, because maybe by then we'll be competitive. I highly fucking doubt it. Or we'll have another year in there where all of a sudden, we're really good. And then all of a sudden, the next year, you're losing games left and right.
Bad is fired up this morning, bro. He's about to cook a turkey on his chest there.
I'm just sick of it, man. Every fucking... Okay, so I did some research, right? Now, I turned 18 years old, I think, in 1997 or 98, right? Since then, the Bears have had 7 winning seasons. That's a 350 winning percentage.
So you were considered an adult when you still remained a fan. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, right? And that's like, I mean, it's baffling to me. If that doesn't say this organization, the people up top don't care about what's on the field, I don't know what does. I had the pleasure of hopping on with Mikey Betts and his guys last night. We talked about this same thing. If the organization doesn't care about the product on the field, why do we? Why am I sitting here fucking about ready to have a heart attack?
Yeah.
Over this. It's a game. It's a game we all played when we were kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean I'm still gonna watch the game because I am too. Yeah. I'm
when I get home.
If they were the fucking Lions, I'd still be watching the game. If they had no fucking wins, I'd still be watching the game. How does a team that have no fucking wins and whatever, they're not fucking pounding the table. They still think like, it's the best fucking coach around and this and that, and
they see effort on the field. Yeah, that's the bottom line. That team, they don't have the talent because they've fucked up the draft for years and years. You talk about how the Bears have fucked the draft. Look at the Lions draft history, man. They can really fuck up a draft, and they got good picks.
You see, I seen it. Sorry, go ahead.
But their team plays hard for that coach. They don't have a win, but they have played hard, and they've had some close, gut-wrenching losses. I mean, a 66-yard field goal to lose to the Ravens, a tie with the Steelers, where neither team wanted to win. There were so many fumbles and interceptions and shit in overtime.
I seen it last night. I'm not sure if it.
See, that's what. Sorry, that's the. You see the Lions at 0-9-1.
Yeah.
Giving effort, trying to make, and then you see us sticking an arm out to try to trip up a guy, and he steps over the arm tackle. Guys throwing shoulders instead of wrapping up, and all it's doing is having guys bounce off. The Lions, yeah, maybe they do that once in a while. For us, it's damn near every play. What should be a 2-yard gain turns into a 7 or 8 yard gain. And then teams don't have to worry about 3rd and long, especially last week with the new quarterback. Guy never taken a snap before. They kept him in good positions for them to be successful. Now, I'm going to bring in KB here because he just popped in. KB yesterday tweeted out a comment that Bill Lazor made in regards to, what the offense needs to do to help Justin Fields. And I jokingly went back to KB, and KB was like, well, rollouts, some quick passes, screens. It's like the same thing we talked about with Mitch to get him good. And I commented back to KB a Chris Farley gift going, no idea. Because these guys have no idea at all.
We didn't even
welcome to the
screen
show,
last week until Andy Dalton came in, and then Mooney takes it 60 yards down the field.
Yeah, Dalton's the answer, boys.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Man.
Go ahead, KB.
My bad. I've been dead for like 3 hours. I'm sorry. I just got off work. Yeah, man. That news kind of came after what I'm sure we'll talk about if you guys haven't talked about it already. You say what you have to do, which is something we always do. We always say what we have to do to make this offense better, but then you don't see it replicated on the field. How does Andy Dalton come in and then you throw your first screen of the game? For the life of me, I don't understand. You come off the bench. Man comes off the bench. You warm him up. Oh yeah, let me throw a screen. Screen goes for a touchdown. And then a million people are yelling, "Oh, maybe Andy Dalton's the better quarterback." No, this is what you should be doing with Justin Fields. You should be throwing quick screens. You should be using your running back, throwing screens to the running back. You should be running slants, the rollouts, all the things we've always talked about. But you steady leave this kid in the pocket and expect him to keep throwing the ball down the field when they're blitzing him the entire game. Yeah. It's not like it's 4-man pressures. They're sending everybody at him. Where
Not to mention
the quick throws?
Our wide receivers last in separation in the NFL. Our wide receivers are dead fucking last in getting separation, and yet these fucking dipshits keep wanting to try to throw the ball long down the field instead of playing to your quarterback strengths. We watched it with Mitchell Trubisky. God.
Well, they went down the field against Pittsburgh and it looked good. So maybe that's why.
When they woke up in the second half.
If it's not working, then you got to try other stuff and then maybe go down the field later. I mean, you start throwing screens or draw plays or things like that. Then your safeties and linebackers start to creep up. Then you hit them with the play action. And guess what? Now you can go over the top. But they don't set a fucking thing up. They don't set it up. They just, like my son playing Madden, 4 verticals. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Fucking, I mean, what, the fourth quarter?
31, they went deep. What the fuck is that?
Fourth quarter, 4th and 11 is like one of their longest plays of the game when everybody knows you're going to fucking chuck it up there. They fucking get them on a double move. You know what I mean? But, dude, the whole thing is just a shit show. I mean, it has been. We know that. There's things that don't stack. This is nothing new. This is every fucking year. Like, none of this is a surprise. I mean, for people who watch the game, this is the same shit it's been through the Fox era, through the fucking Nagy era. There was like one, maybe two games that I can remember off the top of my head that they actually stacked plays, built plays. You've seen them run the same formations, come out. The first one was a fucking handoff. Same thing, go back, play action. So there was only a few games I can remember that were actually stacked and worked in that regard. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know. It feels like it's like, hey, let's try this. Like, cool, fucking, oh shit, wrong personnel, 5-yard penalty. Fucking, oh shit, this fucking happened. Oh crap, never mind. Now it's 4th and 30. Run a dive. You know what I mean? Like,
we're gonna kick a field goal. Wait, we have a penalty.
Just
call a timeout, then go for 2. Wait, wrong personnel.
Yeah.
Call another time. So we have no timeouts. Then we go down. We got a minute and a half left. We're out of timeouts because they got fucking wasted by our shitty ass head coach who for 4 years has never had time management down. I don't know what the deal is with that. He never has time management down. He wastes timeouts. He willy-nilly calls fucking plays, and I'm just over it, man. All Bears fans should be. We're going into this game against a winless Lions team, and do any of us think we're going to win?
That's what I said. That's what I was going to say. Do the Lions get their first win today? I mean, you guys know it came out last night that Jared Goff is playing today. And he's going to be starting. So, I mean, I think they're going to see how he looks at game time. But as of right now, he's going to start. Do the Lions
matter?
Yo,
I'm pretty sure.
Where the fuck is Don Burr? Where the fuck is Don at?
Where is Don?
Where the fuck is Don at?
Don, we need answers. We need to know who's playing. We need to know your roster. Because, but the facts are the facts. Even if Boyle plays, I'm not confident we'll win. And that's just what the sad truth is. This team is fucking trash. The team should have been fucking blown up at fucking the trade deadline. You should have traded the pieces off. You should have just said, fuck this season, fired the fucking head coach then, start the process of what you was going to do. Yeah. This entire situation is in that coaching, is in management, is in that fucking whatever fucking owners, everybody. Everybody is fucking trash. Everybody needs to go. It's the same shit for over 20 fucking years. The same shit. And
I want to talk about Aldo's comment here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so Aldo here posted a question. There are 3 teams whose GMs are on their third head coach: Chargers, Bucks, and Cardinals. Whose GMs are on their third coach? Should Chargers, Bucks, and Cardinals? Should Bears give Pace another chance? AC, we'll come to you since you brought it up. What do you think?
Well, I think the difference between those GMs and us is they've shown the ability to go into the draft positions that have worked out. With Light in the Buccaneers. Now, granted, he had the GOAT fall in his lap. That helps you a lot. But before that, he was building the offensive line. He was making good draft picks on defense to get himself a middle linebacker. You know, he hit some free agents, you know, to give himself some pass rush, build his secondary through the draft some. The Chargers, the same thing. They've drafted good offensive linemen, secondary pieces. And what was the other? The Cardinals. The Cardinals, their big thing was they went after Rosen. He failed, and they weren't scared to say, you know, after 1 year, I'm going to go get the guy that we want. So these teams showing the ability to draft and build around so that they can hopefully they're a head coach away, you know. But Pace, he's hit some in the draft, but for me, he hasn't hit enough in the draft to build a team, and he's traded away draft picks to handcuff himself or handicap himself to continue to build through the draft. And now we're looking at salary cap issues. It all falls at Pace's feet to me. I think earlier in the season, I was like, yeah, we can give Pace another shot. Now I think they both got to go. Both of them got to go.
I think Pace stays. I think a lot of this comes down to, though, you know, I mean, you've seen reports the other day that said that Nagy will be gone, Pace will be moved up higher up into the organization, which is just
okay
fucking. Yeah, but I mean, isn't that just horrible though? I mean, aren't you just continuing the same fucking trend of being, If you think he's not good at something, get rid of his ass. Why are you going to put him somewhere where he's still going to affect the team or infect the fucking team? I mean,
because this how I see it. If you're gonna move him up, that means I'm moving him up into maybe a higher scouting position. You can help with scouting.
Yeah, but I don't think you can.
They'll say the one thing we can't deny is the man finds hits in the later rounds.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can say.
Yeah.
If that's what he's moving up to do, to say, oh yeah, I can help in the scouting department, then fine. Let him stay. I don't care. Let him move up in the scouting department.
Yeah, I don't think he's gone. I don't think he's gone regardless.
I agree, Bobby.
I think he stays, and then I think a lot of it has to do with the unknowns. Like we said before, how many years are left on his fucking contract? How many years are they going to pay him after he fucking leaves? All that shit. I think the Bears are like one of the only teams where you cannot find the information on how long their coaches are under contract and who they have that are, how much they're getting paid and how much time is left. It was a topic that was brought up to McCaskey, what, a year ago or two, maybe it was last offseason, and he's like, oh, well, we keep that internal. Yeah. But there's other coaches where you can see what they're getting paid. I mean, you can Google that shit.
Google
it all
their
pops
contract.
Up.
Yeah.
But you can't do that shit for fucking Pace or Nagy. It's nowhere out there. So not knowing what's next kind of leaves. Like, what if right now, fellas, like, what if we have no fucking clue and Nagy's fucking under contract for the next 4 years? I'm still firing his ass. But what if they turn around and they're like, well, fuck that. We're not going to pay him for 4 more fucking years because he's under contract. We're going to move him to this position. And he'll either resign or fucking that's where he's going to be. So I think there's a lot of things that could take place. Both of these guys might be in the organization in some capacity for the next couple of years. It all depends on how willing they are to fucking pay the bill for a guy that's not fucking going to be there.
Him overseeing the – go ahead, Badge.
I think to me, and I agree with you, Bobby, I don't think Pace is gone, but I think he becomes the, let's say, head of football operations.
Yeah.
And then they replace him, and him and the new GM are the folks that hire the new coach. But to that point, so I'm a mixed bag on Ryan Pace. There's things that he's done that I'm like, wow, the Khalil Mack signing, coming up, getting Justin Fields, his later draft picks that we've all talked and touched on, and you look back and I mean, think about this.
Look at the defense.
In 2018, 2019, Eddie Jackson, we were all like, Jesus Christ, Ryan Pace got him in the 4th round. Holy shit, what a steal! Now he gets his second contract, and we all couldn't give a shit if he's on the roster anymore. You know what I mean? So he does, I think, draft good players. I mean, I definitely think he does. Unfortunately, not all these guys work out. And some of them are, just not, maybe it's the player. Maybe they're not being used properly. We saw it with Mitch. Laser comes in last year after the, for those 4 or 5 games, they played him to his strengths and the team started to look better. Look at Dalton. He comes in the first 2 plays. He throws a completion for 20 some odd yards and then a 60-yard touchdown pass on a screenplay. Well, why weren't those called for Justin? Or if they were, why didn't they work? Those are the questions.
I mean, there's possibilities that like they don't work as well with Justin because you got a linebacker spying Justin and he's up in the field and the corners are closer because fucking they know that he has the rollout potential and this and that. There's a lot of different reasons why it might not work, but come on, that wasn't Dalton. That wasn't fucking Mooney who made the play, beat 2 fucking dudes and beat him down the field. Granted, I know that I was like, Andy Dalton throws a touchdown pass, fucking da-da-da, and we were all laughing about it and making fun of it like that the whole thing's going to move to Dalton should be the quarterback. But that play was on fucking Mooney. You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying, oh, the Bears put up fucking 42 points, whatever, even though that never happened. But say they put up 42 fucking points today and 28 of them come off of fucking defense and special teams. You know the narrative's going to turn to, look how many points they scored without Fields on the field. And just because fucking dumbasses, that's what they do, man. And they're going to find a way to make it sound different. But, I mean,
we already hit there. That's something I want to touch on real quick.
Yeah,
you have all of these old heads and these people. I don't care if they work with us or they're folks that we don't care for. Hub Arkish comes out saying, "Oh, Andy Dalton is the guy." Blah blah blah. He's so much better than Justin Fields. Y'all want to downplay Justin Fields? This is the shit that pisses me off about Chicago fans. It pisses me off about people who feel like, oh, we know the game because we have time invested. You have a rookie quarterback. The rookie quarterback is going to go through his fucking growing pains. The rookie quarterback is also going to be booed profusely in Chicago no matter what the fuck he does. If he does not come out and play like Tom Brady from game one, people are going to say, oh, well, they should have started Andy Dalton. Okay, so for you fans that say, oh, yeah, Andy Dalton's a better quarterback, do you take a 6-5 record with Andy Dalton, or do you take the record that we got knowing that this team is fucking lost? It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You take the quarterback who's already at the end of his rope instead of taking the growth over the young quarterback who needs to come in and learn. It's already came out that Hub is saying that, oh, Andy Dalton was supposed to be Nagy's guy, and McCaskey said that Fields is playing. So you already got those seeds planted. So
look at Dalton's a good fucking.
Want Fields to play. So what's the thing?
This isn't. I'm not gonna put the hate on Dalton because Nagy's a fucktard. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dalton's the best. I won't say he's the best, but Dalton's a good fucking backup quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's obviously not the best, but he's a good backup quarterback. Dude's been put in a shitty fucking position. Nagy fucking ruins everything he touches. And whatever. Where I had issues with Dalton was when he fucking, was it the preseason game or was it the beginning of the season where he's like, well, did you see that 70-yard bomb I threw? Nobody was booing me then. Like, go fuck yourself, bitch. You are a fucking quarterback. That's your job. Like, there's not a truck driver saying, did you see I drove 300 miles today? Like, fuck you, bitch. That's your job. Do your fucking job. Why does it have to be celebrated? Like Nagy, well, we had a good string of plays there. What, for once in a fucking season? Good job, bitch. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Why do motherfuckers need a pat on the back for shit that they're supposed to do? Just do your fucking job. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's that simple. And when this whole, like, the scrutiny that comes to Fields, I believe from the fucking coaching staff, from fucking Nagy, where Nagy tries to push the blame like I'm not the one that's fucking up. Justin just can't do or hasn't done this, or Justin's building. He's building. We're in a building stage. Fuck, there's rookie quarterbacks that come in and win every fucking week. Yeah, like I think this season
last week is a fucking prime example.
Yeah, this season there's the most rookies starting in the NFL in fucking however long. These dudes can do it. It doesn't have to be a building process. We shouldn't build to you. You should fucking build him up. You should go in with a solid plan, know what you want to do, know it can be executed, instead of we're building him up to be this. Fuck you. Look, we gave Justin we gave him a solid game plan, and this is what it has. Yeah. And did you guys see? I don't know. So what's your thoughts on this? So earlier this morning, Ian Rappaport came out and said, Justin Fields already ruled out today. Suffered a few cracked ribs on Sunday. Further testing revealed the X-ray and CT scans were clean, but an MRI showed an additional issues. There are tiny fractures, not deemed major, and Fields should return shortly. If this dude's got fractures in his ribs, we're 7 games left, or we lose fucking today, do you even bring him back without ensuring that he's gone through a couple MRIs and all these cracks are fucking healed? Like, I'm not gonna take him fucking rookie year, brand new, with a shit fucking coach that you don't know that whether or not he's put him up for failure, whether or not he set him up in the Browns game. I'm not bringing his ass back in. If I'm Justin Fields and I know that there's going to be a whole change and I'm going to go into this whole new offense, whatever, you know what, Coach? It still fucking hurts, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe I got a couple bone spurs. Fuck it. Let Andy Dalton fucking work the rest of the fucking season. Let Fields train. Let him get fucking healthy. And let this organization come out next year on a fucking, at least a healthy second-year quarterback who doesn't have to get battered by a fucking half-ass, piss-poor when they want to be offensive line and a shit fucking coaching decisions.
I think.
Go ahead, AC.
I think I'd bring him back in. You want to see him continue to, like you said, stack games, stack plays, read defenses, because he hasn't seen a lot of these defenses. He played, he just come from Ohio State, so he hasn't seen these NFL defenses. And the best, like, you can see it on tape, you can mentally go through the play, but being in there and under fire and dodging bullets, I think he's going to learn better on the field than he'll ever learn standing on the sideline next to Foles in a baseball cap. That's my opinion on it. If he's ready to come back after, and we have a longer week this week because we play Thursday, that gives him time to heal up and get him back out there. Whether that's under Nagy or interim head coach is yet to be decided.
I'm of the adage that if you're healthy and you're the best option available, you should play. But to that point, Andy Dalton may also be looking for a job. And why risk a major injury? I mean, Justin Fields has had his ass kicked since he came into the lineup. Every week he's taken big shots. And now
some of them are self-inflicted, but
some of them are self-inflicted. Yeah. Absolutely. But this is your future. He's not right now. The present is fucking shit. So we don't need to worry about, anything else, other than the future. So if it's me and, me personally speaking, then what I do is I let Andy Dalton start for the remainder of the season. And then that gives Justin the opportunity with a new regime now to start with some coaches that actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn back and forth, right? Like, it all depends. I don't want him to come in and play hurt. If he's injured, then keep him out. But even if he's hurt at this point, because you know how it goes. There's the are you injured or are you hurt? I mean, coaching football, granted, it's fucking younger, but it's always been the thing. Like, even when you played football, they're like, something happens or whatever, and they're like, you good? Like, I'm good. Or like, are you injured or are you hurt? Like, no, I'm just hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hurt means I'm still gonna fucking play. I want to be on the field. Are you injured is like, are you done? Are you out or are you coming back in? So I just don't want him to play in either of those scenarios. He has to be 100% for me to try, because the kid tries to make so much fucking happen, right? Just because of the zero separation, like Badge said earlier, the fucking worst team in the NFL with separation and everything else. He tries to make shit happen. That's what gets him fucked up most of the time. These offensive line that we have, we already said they're not fucking Pro Bowlers. They can get their blocker most of the time, but they're not going to get it to give him a lot of time to read. He holds the fucking ball a lot. He tries to scramble, you see, as soon as he puts his head down, he automatically, his first step is forward, right? Which is great. But a lot of the times there's somebody fucking crashing in. We seen the play last week where
the ball,
threw the ball.
A lot of football games. That guy up north, Aaron Rodgers, he holds the ball, waits for the big play, and hits it.
But I haven't looked at what their time, the seconds and all that, or the line, any of that shit for them. But I'm just saying, he wants so bad to be successful that sometimes it causes him to scramble out, whatever, and then we see some of these hits happen. I think the one
play that he got hurt last week, he kind of pump faked to Montgomery to the sideline to try and throw that linebacker off, and then decided to continue to run on the play that he got hurt.
Yeah.
Hindsight being 2020, he should have threw the ball over, but Maybe some of the stuff that worked at Ohio State, it ain't working on this level.
Well,
yet.
You seen him throw it away earlier in the game, and Romo fucking started clapping his hands and saying how it was like one of the best plays he's made all year. That it was everything was broken down, and instead of trying to make something happen, he made the right play and got rid of it. Granted, I'm not against Fields running. There is no win here, right? There's not saying that he's doing something wrong. Because when a kid comes out and plays with fucking heart as one of the only, 5 on your team that are coming out playing with heart, I'm not going to knock the kid for it. But I'm just saying if he's not 100% healthy, I don't want him on the fucking field. I don't want him to feel like he has to come back because of anything. Because, look where we're at. There's 7 games left.
Well, I didn't want to. Yeah. I was at a bar and grill watching the Bears game last week, so I didn't get to hear Romo's commentary, which kind of sucks because he's one of my favorite commentators. The way he's able to break down games and kind of guess what the next play is going to be and stuff. But what I did notice, because there was other games on, obviously all around me, our offense has to scratch, claw, and bite for every inch, and it seems effortless to other teams. I was watching Packers and Vikings, and the Vikings were talking about firing their head coach this season, and now all of a sudden he gets them a couple of weapons, and Kirk Cousins looks like a fucking MVP. Every other team, I just see them moving the ball, and then our guys. I don't know if that comes back to coaching, or I'm assuming the scheme. Like you said, we have the worst separation of any team in the NFL, and it shows on Sundays when you see Cole Kmet catch a ball and he's got a linebacker and a safety hitting him as soon as he catches the damn thing. And I
don't think we're blaming Justin here at all,
right?
Jay Sanders. I at least that's not what I'm speaking. I don't blame the kid at all.
I was gonna say I don't think he's saying that. I was gonna say I don't think he's saying that we're blaming him. I think he's talking about guys in the chat.
Okay.
Or the people that saying how social media is. They come for the kids saying that it should have been Dalton the entire time, shit of that nature. The things that we hear Hub Arkish and our one of our own.
It should have been Fields the whole time.
What I believe is it comes back to 1,000% coaching. The perfect example of that is the kid playing in New England right now, Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones was the perfect fit for their team. He stepped in, and it was literally like him stepping right back into the Alabama offense. He looks like a seasoned vet already. There's no, we're going to do this with him. We're going to do read options. We're going to do this. No, they're playing to his strengths. They got rid of Cam, scot-free, beginning of the year. We're going with the kid. We already have what we want to do with the kid set up. There's no BS in place. It was plug and play. He's going to go. We're going to go as Mac Jones goes. I'm using this as an example because you see the other quarterback struggle. You see my man's out in Jacksonville playing. And to be honest, they don't even have a direction on what they want to do. They don't have the talent, whatever the case may be.
They might have a new head coach after 1 year.
Exactly. Zach Wilson, same deal. Talent might not be there, but their offensive direction does not work. Okay, you look at the Bears. We've been saying this shit for 4 years. For even in the golden year where we went to the playoffs, they were still asking, what's the direction? Even for people that's not even on the fucking network anymore, people were asking, what is the direction? We're scoring points because the defense is playing. There is no identity. It's literally playing Madden. I'm gonna pick this play because I think this play works. Oh, this next play, we should do this play because I think this play works. It's no building. There's no stacking plays on top of each other. It's no setting up anything for later on down the road. It's the same shit. And it's been the same shit for years. It doesn't matter who the coach is.
I want to bring up this comment from Jamal Lewis here. He says he thinks other teams have a better supporting cast around their quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel the Patriots have a better offensive team than us. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I agree. And this about our team. Here's the thing that gets me. You have Allen Robinson, who in his time here with Chicago has had, well, really his last 2 seasons have been top tier seasons. David Montgomery is a top running back in this league. Khalil Herbert clearly can be a top running back. You have a number 2 overall or a second round overall pick as your starting tight end. And then you've got a veteran in the NFL in Jimmy Graham who has 3 catches on the year. I mean, yes, I think there could be. I mean, Darnell Mooney shows very well. Are there problems? Absolutely. But at the same time, there's guys here that can be contributors. But they're not getting, receivers aren't getting separation. Allen Robinson is dead last in the NFL in separation as a wide receiver. This is our number 1 receiver.
But you have him consistently running hitches. I mean, I don't expect how the fuck he's supposed to be getting open. Everybody scouts. Mm-hmm. He's not going to run deep. He's going to run to the fucking sticks. He's going to stop. And most of the time, he's going to stop 3 or 4 yards before the fucking sticks. So it doesn't matter.
But it's a team sport. If you look at, like we just spoke about the New England Patriots, on their defense, they had the most opt-outs in the entire league last year. They got all those guys back. They had the 20th draft pick last year, and that was a down year for the Patriots. And they got all their defense back. They run a system. Josh McDaniels knows how to use his quarterback. The only quarterback he ever had an issue with was Cutler, right? But other than that, he runs the system for his quarterback, and he puts him in the right position. It's not like they're going 30, 40-yard bombs. If you look at his passing chart, they're all within like 10 yards, and his guys just go out there and they make plays, and they've built this through the draft. They don't have a great wide receiver. Damian Harris is probably their best running back. He's from Richmond, Kentucky here, so I'm a big fan of his. But I mean, but they put their players in position to succeed, and we consistently see the opposite of that in Chicago. All of our money is on defense. The defense is aging, and the defense is losing us games. The offense has not been great, but the defense has lost us these last 2 games.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, they have, but the things that we spent the money on in this defense aren't even on the field. I mean, a lot of the money.
But then that goes back to your GM drafting for depth pieces. He's not doing a good job of that, obviously. Who do we have behind Eddie Jackson? DHC has played well this year. Yeah, but other than that, you got Tease Tabor coming in to play safety. This was a cast off from the Lions. Speaking of the Lions,
I mean, your starting cornerback at the beginning of the year was Kendall Vildor. It still is. That was your plan going in. That's what you were comfortable with. So,
and we saw that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
We sit on the couch and know that's not going to work.
Yeah.
How do you see him in practice every day?
I was on the Kendall Vildor train, and
I thought he'd be good in the slot. He's a good. He would be a good number 3 corner.
I thought Duke Shelley or Thomas Graham would take over the slot. Well, Thomas Graham didn't perform well on camp in the preseason, and I thought Vildor, what I saw in the preseason, with the exception of the Buffalo game where he said, "Yeah, I was trying to play off the ball instead of up on the ball," which is what he did the week before. Well, clearly, in hindsight, it's not going to work. So, add that as another piece. And then I said it last week, I thought Duke Shelley had really come on much, much better over the last couple games, and now he's not going to be able to play.
Yep. I'm trying to find the little thing I seen on Vildor this week. I don't know. Oh, here it is.
Are you talking about him being targeted over?
Yeah, Jason Leisure. Yeah, Jason Leisure. Opposing quarterbacks have targeted Bears cornerback Kendall Vildor 50 times this season and have completed 35 passes for 541 yards and 5 touchdowns for a quarterback rating of 138.8. And then it just says there's no one on this team that can go in for him.
How? They brought in Artie Burns from Pittsburgh. You got to try something. Just fucking try it. What are we gonna do? Lose? That's what we're fucking doing anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at. That's the depth. That's the build. Yeah.
I got to address this with Robbie too. Quinn proved me wrong. I respect him, dude. Big time.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'll say this, like watching his presser, I texted the guys like when he was talking yesterday, and I go, man, I'm like, the guy cares about this team, cares about this game, and it's very obvious. Yeah. But man, when he's talking in a press conference, I'm like, man, I think he might be a serial killer. Like
he needs to care about that hairline. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he said I'm old. It don't matter anymore.
He took this loss last week. You can tell it hurt him. I mean, because yesterday in his press conference, he was very distraught, and I agree with you, Robbie. He really, made impact plays last week, and he really wanted to on that last possession. He's really pissed at himself that, he didn't. But he's saying things now in his press conferences that, he's not saying names, but he's calling people out. And these guys know they're missing assignments, Well, yeah, could it be the player? It probably could be. Could it be the coaching? Yeah, probably could be. Bottom line is, guys aren't doing their job, and that's why this team is where it's at, because the coaches aren't doing their jobs.
To stay on Quinn for a minute, man, the Bears fucking set him up for failure last year. The Bears set him up to be a fucking booed player and a bad pickup last year. Remember they were saying, oh, he's slightly banged up, whatever. He wasn't coming off the edge. He was coming off the edge from the standing position. Old man Quinn, what are you talking about? This dude could break the fucking sack record for the Bears this year. He's like that close. He's got 10. He needs 17, so he needs 7 in the next couple games. I mean, I wouldn't call him an old man, but hey,
he looked like an old ass man.
He looked like an old ass man. Yeah. If that's what we're talking about, the hairline, yeah, okay. But anyway, they set him up for fucking failure. And I remember we were talking about this last year. Like, I want this dude to be good, but I don't know what the fuck drop foot is. I have no fucking clue what this fucking injury is. And I don't know if he can play with it or not play with it. But they didn't want to take it and put him on the IR or put him anywhere else because of the contract and all that. But I think they kind of set him up for failure with letting him continue to play. But then he gets the thing fixed this offseason, and look at him now, man. He comes out and he's fucking, he's been a fucking beast. Yeah. Plain and simple, he's been a beast. I get you, Sanders. I thought, because I was like talking about his sacks, and you're like, old man Quinn. I'm like, what are we talking about right now? But I forgot about the whole, the hairline comment and the fucking Just for Men spray and fucking, the all that shit. But anyway, I think they set him up for fucking failure, man. And,
I mean, that goes back to the organization not giving information. They don't tell us a fucking thing. They let that shit marinate. Happy Thanksgiving. Make sure your turkeys are marinating. They let that shit marinate, and they let us come on here. I mean, I guess it gives us talking points for our show, so I appreciate that. But
Caesar,
just tell us some shit, man. They just don't want to tell us anything, and you want to talk about Jared Goff dealing with an oblique issue. Let your boy Robert Quinn get around that edge a couple times. See how them obliques feel once he's.
He'll throw the Kendall Vildor side, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, that's a good question here from Caesar. Would you guys keep Desai if you're the new head coach, or does he go with Nagy? Me personally, he can go too. I think he was just a placeholder.
Typically,
they were hoping for.
Typically, when you bring in a new head coach, they want to bring in their staff.
Yep.
Sorry,
I think it all depends, though. I mean, I don't know. I really don't give a fuck. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if he stays or if he goes. So whatever the new head coach is comfortable with, whatever he's comfortable with, whatever he wants to do, then cool. Here's your bucket, motherfucker. Because us making these decisions has been horrible for the last 100 years. So here's your fucking bucket. You fill it with what you want, and you got fucking 2 years guaranteed, a third year, fourth year possible if you fucking can win. And good luck. Fucking see you later. And we're gonna stay the fuck out of it because we suck at this, and let's see what happens, man. Because what else are you gonna do? I mean, I don't know, dude. I just think like a lot of it is obviously the only consistent thing that's been there the whole time is what? it's the ownership. The top the top of the organization is the only consistent piece. What else has been consistent? Fucking losing. So I don't know how much they get into the mix or don't get in the mix, but I'm starting to think that they're in the mix a lot. And they just kind of need to shut the fuck up and take the goddamn hover round back up to the fucking press box and just sit there. Because all this shit that's happening, it stems from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a history of losing.
Baz broke it down. I see this. If you guys, Nagy's fired, right?
Yeah.
And
not today.
They're looking. What? No, not.
I
today.
don't think.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Just hypothetically.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at as a head coach to replace him? Guys in the chat, we'll take your comments as well. Who is the guy that you could see coming in here that would make a difference, have an immediate impact? Let's say that with.
Don't you think?
Here.
So let's pretend like either Ryan Pace is still the GM or they've hired their new GM, because I'm not hiring a new coach before I hire a new GM. I'm bringing a new GM in first, and then I'm starting from the fucking highest positions that need to be filled. Say Pace gets moved up and I need a GM. I'm filling the GM before I fill the head coach, because that relationship has to be on point. Otherwise, you're going to get all this fucking whatever, right? Just fighting in the organization. So I fill the GM. The GM then decides. Me personally, I would go with. I don't think I'm pulling up any of these college dudes. I don't know. It's just they always try to find the fucking miracle next or whatever. I think you go with somebody who's proven, somebody who's out there. Who knows? I'd stay away from fucking what's his name, got fired in Dallas.
Oh no.
No, I'm staying away from his ass. Jason Garrett and like the rest of them.
God, no.
Yeah, I'm staying away from those dudes, but I don't know, man. Greg Roman, I still like. I see that, I've read the knocks on him and that, but I still like Roman. I still like Roman with this team. I still like Roman in this fucking stadium. I mean, if we had a brand new stadium and we're on turf and it's fucking and it's not, the Windy City anymore and whatever, but the ground game that Roman brings to the table, especially now with fucking Herbert, Montgomery, Fields, it's a deadly fucking backfield that you have there. And I'm still in favor for Roman.
Well, the thing that somebody said there was someone. I'm gonna let KB go last because he teased us with this shit last week in a text thread. But somebody said that somebody under Shanahan. I love Shanahan's offense. It's shown a consistency to work, but I don't just want to grab anybody from that organization and say, fucking make it work. To me, and at first I was on the fence about it. A lot of people talking about college coaches with the Urban Meyer situation down in Jacksonville and possibly the greatest college coach of all time, Nick Saban, when he came to the league, that didn't work out so well. There has been a history of some guys working, but I think if we brought Lincoln Riley in, it would be an Urban Meyer situation where he's just trying to run his offense and it's not going to work out. But for me, I am falling more and more in love with Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator from the Buccaneers. This guy was given a shot with the New York Jets and did not work out, but nobody works out with the New York Jets. And actually the last time they had a winning season was under Todd Bowles. The defense that he runs, which we're going to have an overhaul on defense. There's no other way about it. We got aging players and you got salary cap issues. The only way we're going to fix that is bringing in younger guys, cheaper guys. And what can those guys do? You run an aggressive defensive front, and you run an aggressive defensive scheme, and Todd Bowles runs that. Now, as far as offensive, he would have to have a good coordinator. He may have learned a thing or two from Arians, but to me, Todd Bowles is the guy that I want to go after, and he's the guy that they should interview and not let leave the building, in my opinion.
So the guy, I'm going to go before KB because I know.
Yeah, he's going last. Yeah, he's going last. We already said that.
So
sip that coffee.
Bobby, I'm kind of with you a little bit on the college thing. Like, I'm not sure that I would want to go that route, with the exception of one name, and everybody keeps fucking it up in the chat. It's Ryan Day from Ohio State, right? At least I think it's Ryan. I think he has the same name as me. I keep seeing Brian. Maybe
It
I'm
is,
confusing myself.
it is Ryan Day.
He's the only college coach that I would take because of his relationship with Justin Fields. And he's had him for a period of time and knows how to play him to his strengths. Now, does that mean he's going to hire the right people and the right defensive coordinator and the right guys? It's hard to say. But I personally think, I mean,
so what if, let me pitch, what if he's paid to come in as an offensive coordinator instead? Because all we're doing right now is we're all kind of, I mean, except for Bowles, right? Because Bowles is on the defensive side, but we're picking offensive coordinators as a head coach. We've done this how many times? And it's fucking failed after fail after fail. I mean, that's what Nagy fucking failed at. It's what fucking Trestman failed at. Fox, I'm not the offense, I'm not the defense, I'm not the special team, but I'm the fucking everything. Like that whole thing. But I just think I wouldn't mind Day. I like Day. I get the relationship. I like all that. But I think I would rather have him as an OC. Let him come up into the NFL. He doesn't need to break on the fucking scene as a head coach. Let him break on the scene as an offensive coordinator. Link him back up with Fields. And put him in whoever's staff, right? And then go from there. But I just don't like I'm not big on the college going head coach right away. If you want to work your way up, cool, work your way up. But even like AC said, the proven badass motherfucking college coaches come up to the NFL and they fail. They fall on their fucking face. Sorry, man.
All right, KB, the floor is yours, man.
Full screen.
All right. Now, what I'm talking about, some people might look at me and say, Ryan, what you're saying isn't based on reality. When in fact it is. So, I don't remember if y'all remember last year, a certain team that was in the AFC North had quarterbacking issues. During those quarterbacking issues, there was talks around their organization of said coach being fired. Now, you might say, Ryan, who is this that you might be talking about?
Ryan, who is this that you might be talking about?
Oh, Bobby, let me elaborate. This is Mike Tomlin. Right? Oh my God, Mike Tomlin. What? How? No way possible. There's a strong possibility that the Baltimore Ravens, Steelers might not make the playoffs this year. Be the second time in a row. Already coming off of saying, he might already be on the hot seat. He's losing the locker room. If Mike Tomlin was somehow fired because the Pittsburgh Steelers did not make the playoffs again, which there's a strong possibility that they might not, he would be my head coach. Mike Tomlin would absolutely shoot to the top of everybody's fucking list. He comes with the cachet. He's one of the 2 or 3 longest tenured head coaches right now in the league. Has Super Bowl wins under his belt and knows how to put coaches in good places. He picks the right people usually. So this is my sneaky pick. I'm going with Mike Tomlin because I don't believe that they're going to make the playoffs. I really don't. I feel that they're going to miss out. They're going to blame this shit on him again, and then he's going to be gone. So he's gone. That's my immediate pick. There is no interviewing anybody else. I'm calling him. I'm offering him whatever he needs, and say, please come and fix my fucking organization.
Here's the thing with that, KB.
Full control.
Here's the thing with
that. I would give Mike Tomlin full fucking control. Full control.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Go ahead.
It's my show, right?
Full control.
Here's the thing with Tomlin. Great head coach. Has a history of doing well. He has 0 losing seasons in Pittsburgh. And they've had 3 head coaches over the last 50-something years. So you want to talk about a organization that will sit and allow their coach to work through a tough spell? That's Pittsburgh. They'll do it. They'll sit and wait because they've seen the history with Tomlin. I don't see them firing him after what he must have finished 500 last year.
It was. And they didn't make the playoffs.
And then however he finishes this year. I mean, we all know Big Ben's done, but they've got pieces in that organization already. I don't see them letting Tomlin go.
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Oakley.
Come on, AC. Don't you want me to crank your knob just a little bit, brother?
Whoa.
Right back to breaking point.
No,
No, I think it's. I mean, hey, if it's available, sure. But I mean, there's probably a lot of head coaches that I would take that are currently in the league. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if we're on the subject, Bruce Arians. I mean, he's in Tampa right now, but let's go ahead and call him and see what it takes to get him. Yeah,
you know. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know if it's a possibility. I think it could be if he wants a change. But that organization seems like it's always been so fucking tight with their coaches. I mean, you got guys that have coached there in the past that come back and fucking stand on the sidelines. And there's never like a departure by hate that I can remember. You know what I mean?
Still talking about giving Bill Cowher another head coach.
Yeah. So I'm just saying I wouldn't mind it. I don't know.
I'm just going off the rumors I heard last year. That's all.
Yeah.
Because I remember it being around that time saying if he doesn't make the playoffs, it's a possibility that Tomlin might be let go or they might agree. You know what I'm saying? To part mutually.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying if that happens again this year, like I said, they don't look like they're going to make the playoffs, man. They're still a decent team, but there's a strong possibility they don't make it. That was to happen.
I love the idea, and I love the idea because Mike Tomlin is a free speaker. He doesn't care if he gets fined. He doesn't care, you know. He's the type of guy that I would love to see this organization fucking get. Just seeing the way he is in a press conference. I mean, Bears fans would watch a press conference of Mike Tomlin's and be like, Jesus Christ. This is how press conferences are supposed to go.
Did y'all see the press conference when they asked him about the USC job? That shit was funny.
Yeah.
He said, I don't ever want to say never, but there's not a booster with a blank check big enough.
That's a funny dude, man. Like I say, he's a leader of men.
Bingo, Clovers.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even have to see it. He's a leader of men, man.
Yep.
There are some honorable mentions that I feel like we should throw out that I've seen a lot. Byron Leftwich is getting a lot of play.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him without Tom Brady. See how he does. Kellen Moore is getting a lot of play. He's a young, up and coming offensive coordinator. The guy was a beast at Boise State. I think he owned the record for like passing yards in college forever or something like that. And then, of course,
Rex Ryan doesn't fit into any of his car, man. Ryan doesn't fit into shit, George.
Mike Dick is busy these days. But Brian DeBoer is another one that gets a lot of play with Bears fans. And I feel like he was really hot at the start of the year, but after seeing his offense not do very great against Jacksonville and the last few, they didn't do great against Tennessee, I think he's kind of cooled off a little bit. Now, I don't know. He could be the answer, and I wouldn't mind it. But my answer would be Todd Bowles.
A lot of this guy in the chat here today, too.
Yeah, it's Sanders.
I am not a Harbaugh fan. I'm not a Harbaugh fan, and it's nothing against him as a person. He did good in San Francisco, but he's a guy who wears out his welcome real quick, and then you're back to rebuilding 4 years later. San Francisco is still trying to rebuild after Jim Harbaugh left.
I'll say this. I'll say because I'm a Michigan fan. I've watched him coach. The one thing we can't say about Harbaugh is that he hasn't worn out his welcome in Michigan yet. The thing that Michigan fans get pissed off about Harbaugh is we hired you, you signed this giant-ass contract, and you have yet to beat Ohio State.
Yep. And what does that say when you put Jim Harbaugh as Justin Fields head coach? When Fields knew every time they went against him that he was just going to spank the dog shit out of him. I mean, is there respect there or no? I believe you look at it this way. Like I said,
he was the head coach with Kaepernick. He seems to thrive when he has a decent quarterback. That's one of the things I can say as a Michigan fan. We have not had a good quarterback, and this year we finally got a solid one. And it seems like his offense is kind of working now, but he focuses on the things that we say right now we need. He runs the ball. He gets off the bus. They play defense. Those are his two calling cards. But he just can't. He can't beat Ohio State, which is kind of scary because you're bringing in a guy say, "Hey, we need you to beat Green Bay. We can beat everybody else. We've done that, but we need you to beat Green Bay." And if you can't beat Ohio State,
think about that statement for a second, right? Right, what you just said. We he can't beat Ohio State. So do we want to bring in a guy that can't beat Green Bay? The last fucking head coach to mention the Green Bay Packers in their press conference was none other than Lovie Smith. Yep. And the first fucking thing he said, yeah, we want to get the playoffs, but the first thing we need to do is beat Green Bay. And while that's obviously it's 2 games, so they shouldn't, take full reign on your season, that's important to Bears fans. That's 100% important to Bears fans.
That's if you beat to every fan base in this division. You talk to Lions fans, Vikings fans, they all say the same thing.
I mean,
the NFC North runs.
Doesn't a lot of that tail on Aaron Rodgers though? If Rodgers isn't in Green Bay next year, I mean, you might have a coach come out and a brand new coach come out and fucking either split or maybe take 2 from Green Bay. And then what? Then all of Chicago is fucking, we got the fucking answer. And what? There's even Fields said it in the one presser. There's a changing of the guard that's going to happen shortly in the NFC North. Unfortunately, it's going to take people retiring or leaving. Like the changing of the guard should just be the talent came up and you fucking took over. You shouldn't have to win by somebody else's failures or somebody else's departures, but that's kind of how it is. And honestly, like, yeah, maybe I think we have our answer with Fields as being here fucking long term and the longevity of him being able to carry this organization. But the defense is going to get fucking blown up. We all know that. It's going to happen. The defense is going to get blown up. So I'm not against what AC says, bringing in a defensive guy. I just don't want to bring in an offensive head coach who thinks he's the offensive coordinator. That shit fucking fails time and time again. I want to bring in a head coach who's a head coach. Bring him in, and then he gets his offensive coordinator, not some fucking dude from Oregon or wherever who's just gonna be a fucking insightful mind. Fuck off. Like if that's his job, pay him for his job. I don't want another head coach who's gonna be in charge of a certain side of the ball. I want a dude who's gonna be a head fucking coach. And that's it.
I don't hate the Harbaugh thing. Like I think I would be okay with Harbaugh. Number one, I like the lineage. I like that he played here. Number two, he has Sanders brought it up. He says, look, he has an NFL resume. Look it up. He does. He has a pretty successful NFL resume.
Yeah.
He's coached in the league. He knows how it works. Sanders said it earlier. He's kind of an asshole. He played under Mike Ditka. He battled with Mike Ditka. He's a guy that, I wouldn't be opposed to coming up back into the NFL. My only concern with him is he can't get the quarterback right at Michigan. So that says to me, can he recruit? So if he's got the possibility to bring a big name talent here to Chicago and he sits down to meet with them, what is he not saying to get these top tier quarterback recruits to come to Michigan? Because what is he going to say to somebody now that the Bear, big time, let's say, we all know A-Rob's gone, so now we need another number one receiver. What's he going to say to a number one receiver here? KB, go ahead.
Oh, I was just coughing.
He was getting the gallop out his throat.
Yeah, gallop. That sounds so wrong when you say it out loud. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, you talk about recruiting, Badge, and Kentucky. We just beat Michigan for a 4-star wide receiver this year named Dane Key. And a lot of that has to do with your scheme, because Kentucky also yesterday got their first 5-star wide receiver in history. And that all comes down to thank you. That's a big deal. We beat Alabama and Ole Miss for them too, so it is a big deal.
That's what's up.
But we brought Liam Cohen in from the Los Angeles Rams organization, and kids see that offensive scheme playing well and throwing the ball around a lot, and that's what gets you. That's what gets you recruits, is your scheme. Now, I don't know what Harbaugh's scheme per se is. Like KB said, Kaepernick looked good under him. But other than that, he hasn't beat Ohio State. Was he even on the hot seat before this season, KB? Because I don't remember him
last year
having a great
He's been on the
year
hot
other
seat
than
for a
this
little
one
bit,
year.
to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. It's been a lot of people saying that they think he should go, but they say that every year.
Yeah. I mean,
well, what do we think about today?
I wouldn't mind interviewing him.
AC's going to bring him on the show and interview him and see what his thoughts and what he's going to do with this organization.
We'll see.
I'm kind of was reading something from Schefter here about Nagy, but this is just the same shit.
Well, if you reading that, there is something that I thought was very interesting that was said yesterday, and I don't necessarily always agree with Colin Cowherd, but he brought up an interesting point. The Bears next year, if Nagy is fired at the end of the year tomorrow, who fucking knows? Whatever. We know he's not going to be here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
If he is fired, the Bears are going to be a team that is well sought after. It's for this reason. The Bears have pieces. The most important piece that you believe that you have right now is Justin Fields. A lot of people feel that he can grow. He's going to become a better quarterback. You've seen the glimpses, the throws downfield that he can make. He is accurate. He is very accurate. He will hit the deep balls. So you have that type of rebuild. Then you also have the rebuild of we have everything in place. We just need a quarterback, which is what Tampa Bay did. It's what Denver did when they went and got Peyton Manning. Then you have the rebuilds that you have to get the quarterback and all the fucking pieces. Those are the ones that people stay away from. Those are the ones that we've been for years. Mm-hmm. And that's why this job hasn't always looked the most glorious thing. You have Trubisky. We don't know what Trubisky is. I don't know if I want to come there because Trubisky. We had a coach legit say, we're good on y'all. I'm going to go to Denver because we got, what's my man's name that plays quarterback for them? The one that Teddy took his job. Damn, I can't remember what his name is. I called him Jay Cutler. Yeah, I was going to say Jay Cutler 2.0.
No, Drew Lock is a lot worse than Jay Cutler.
Oh, yeah. But we've had people legit come out and say, hey, I'm not going to there because they have Trubisky, and I feel like Drew Lock has more potential than him. Now you have the quarterback. Mm-hmm. You have somebody that people are going to want to say, I'm going to come there and I'm going to work with that because they have him. Yeah, we have cap issues. That's the issue. We have really bad cap issues. We have players who are old, who are taking up a lot of money that's just going to have to be fixed, or people are going to have to be sold off. But the main draw right now is come coach this young talent. He is arguably the second best quarterback in this draft, because right now what it looks like is Mac Jones number one and to me Justin Fields number two. And Mac Jones fell in the perfect situation for him. Yeah. You come and you get this young talent. You build around that.
And
you do whatever you have to do to build around him.
And it's not only your quarterback. Badge was talking about the young talent earlier. You got Komet, who is starting to bust out and look pretty good. We got two young tackles that we just drafted. We'll see how Jenkins plays out. But you've got two younger guards. I mean, they're not old, but you got two younger guards to help build your offensive line. You got Mooney, who's busting onto the scene. You might have to get another wide receiver, but like we said last week, wide receiver and running back are able to be drafted like late. We got Mooney in the 5th round. So
my thing
you
with
got
Komet,
young pieces on offense.
My thing with Komet, and this is really with some of these guys as a group. Komet had a good game in Pittsburgh. Where the fuck was he last week? Yeah. That's my problem.
He's out of the game plan.
Well, yeah,
that's coaching,
and that's exactly it. Is in Pittsburgh, okay, were those plays specifically targeted to go to Cole Kmet, or was Fields making his read to make the throw? And then last week, were they not? I just, the inconsistency with Kmet, I don't know that it's on his fault. I mean, Christ almighty, I think back to the beginning of the season where, yeah, Cole and I are going to sit down and watch him tape together. This was Nagy. Well, What the fuck? What benefit was that? He's had one good game. And everybody was so excited about his one fucking good game. Oh shit, Cole Kmet's coming on. And then he fucking disappears a week later. That's the MO of this entire offense. It really is. There's no consistency at all.
That's definitely coaching. Yeah. Because from week to week, the game plan changes. I mean, I get it. You're supposed to adjust to who you play and whatnot, but
I don't expect Kmet to be a fucking superstar, right? I don't expect him to be I mean, there's superstar tight ends in the NFL. There's maybe not even a handful of them. I mean, there's dudes that are great, that are good, but then, I mean, there's not many out there that are just fucking hands down superstar tight ends. But I do think that he suffers in the damn. What is this? It's a
happy Thanksgiving mimosa.
Oh, look it! She brings me a mimosa.
Tailgate now.
Where's ours?
Man, I'm gonna stuff this turkey, girl. Thanks. But either way, I mean, come on. Who else's wife delivers some alcohol at 10:26 in the morning? 9:26 for you.
Trying to get you drunk and take advantage of you, Bobby.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, I just want Kmet involved. I want him to fucking to produce when he's there. I think he's a good tight end. I think the expectations for Kmet are way the fuck up here. Average those things out. There's still a lot of there's 4 tight ends on the fucking roster. I think maybe 5. Average that shit out, and I think he's suitable and he's good to be there, and the relationship will develop. The other pieces, of course, Roquan, Mooney, Montgomery, Herbert. If Jenkins comes around, then Jenkins comes around. The Borums, there's a lot of solid fucking pieces that, yeah, if you're coming in as a coach, you're like, hey, okay. On the offensive side of the ball, yeah, I can work with this. On the defensive side of the ball, well, okay, Quinn, I mean, he's there. Hicks is going to be gone. Mack is a question mark. Who knows? Jalen Johnson, okay, that's great. Eddie Jackson, well, he's going to be gone. So you have some pieces that you need to replace and build, but you still have some top fucking names on that side of the ball that are impact players in the NFL. Roquan Smith is, I think, one of the best linebackers in the fucking league. The league, hands down, and that just ain't me being a fucking homer. Like, this dude is fucking good. So I don't know, man. I think there's solid pieces all around. I just think that the whole, like we always say, man, the developmental piece of this team fucking sucks. We get superstars in the draft because we get lucky. We don't get we don't get draft picks that we develop into fucking superstars. It hasn't happened in years. And that's it. We don't got guys that are coming up in the fucking stable that are like, oh yeah, this dude's going to be a racehorse one day. It just doesn't fucking happen.
Then you look at guys that leave and then have some success in other places.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Leonard Floyd is a prime example for, 4 years here. He really, he had some decent games, but he wasn't an every down, playmaker. And now here in LA, I mean, last year he goes out, he has double-digit sacks for the first time in his career. And now this year he's playing even much better. I don't know his numbers, but I mean, week 1, I mean, when he plays against us, he fucking shows out. And then he's had some other decent games. Yeah. That's a guy that's left here that in recent memory that's had success elsewhere.
Dude, Bobby's cussing is soothing. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard that, but hey, Robbie, fuck off.
I'll say Robbie catch everything, because I don't know if he called me feigning or if he called me sliding over to get the spoon out the drawer. He was like, that's my ass on KP. Oh, no, he don't like Floyd at all.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've seen a couple people in the chat earlier.
Donald and Ramsey. Fuck, he was playing opposite of Khalil Mack. What more do you need? Give me a fucking
Khalil Mack and Kyle Fuller,
good.
because Kyle Fuller was good at that time.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yo, so over under. What's the over under on when the Fire Nagy chant starts in Detroit today?
When they come out,
I think it's already started. It's the people are probably tailgating now, chanting it in the fucking parking lot. Okay. I'm gonna walk out front when we're done, and I'm gonna record myself chanting it in my neighborhood. I'm hoping I get some people to join in.
People are gonna, the fucking fire. The fire department's gonna show up in 2 fucking minutes, thinking that the turkey's on fire. This bitch's house is burning down. Fire! Fire! There's some old bitch. There's some old bitch on my block running up and down yelling fire. I need the fire department here.
all those New Yorkers up there are gonna be like, "Who the fuck's Nagy? What is he talking about?"
Oh man, KB, you on call today, man?
No, I'm not. I'm on cooking duty. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, good for you. This is like one of the top fucking grease fire days around. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers throwing them turkeys in them damn deep fryers. It's fine. It's just gotten out the freezer. Just throw it in. Yeah, you're making a goddamn bomb, lady.
You just gotta knock the ice off, baby.
Knock the ice off.
I like this score prediction here from Mule. Bears 9, Lions 6. Don Burr runs onto the field.
Yo, I'm guessing Don Burr is at the game today. Don, we miss you, buddy. I'm guessing he's out there tailgating. Does Don ever show up for a game against Detroit?
I don't know.
Honestly, I never really paid that much attention. I think he was in the first time.
Hey, I was gonna say, we're down there, man. DM me, dog. We need to have a conversation, man.
Caesar, I honestly believe these Fire Nagy chants, just the way that they blew up on Twitter, everybody's gonna get them going at every fucking Chicago sporting event. And I think it's gonna be any.
Don was at Soldier Field, Robbie says.
He's a real person. Legit. I thought my man was like catfishing and playing this the whole time. Like I thought he had like a separate page. He was somebody else. He's a real person. Nobody has a picture of this guy.
Wait, what is Ravi a real person? What's Ravi's real fucking name? I might have met Ravi before too. I met Caesar a couple weeks ago.
Shit.
Yo, Ravi, now that we're calling out Don for being a real person or not, didn't Ravi win a fucking contest last year, and then he's like, "No, I don't want it." When we asked him for his name and his address, he's like, "Fuck it, I don't."
No, I don't think.
Was that not Ravi?
No, I don't think that was Robbie.
Either way, Robbie, I love you anyway, but
yeah.
I'm fucking.
We need some pictures. Right, we need somebody to send pictures in, dog. Like, I need y'all to send me pictures with the spoon on the nose or holding up the peace sign or something, because I ain't seen a lot of these motherfuckers. We just know y'all in the chats every day. That's all.
I mean, let's face it. Just call it what it is. People in the barroom chats. There's always been question about burners around this bitch. So it's like we're kind of like the Bears organization where we're fucking. This is what we expect. And we're beating down fucking
Robbie's
dogs.
The man. Want a t-shirt?
We love you, Robbie.
Robbie's the man.
Fuck it.
That bong hit earlier helps too, brother.
Yeah, I don't think I said a word about the game.
I mean, does it really matter? We're gonna get to a point where we're not even talking about games, and we're just here to shoot the shit for a fucking hour and a half and talk about the future because
it's a tailgate show, right?
Yeah, Lions last one against the Bears. Oh,
yeah, that was a big thing I was gonna bring up. They haven't won since their last win was against the Bears, and then this one could be against the Bears.
Robinson. That's why he can't get back to you, Bags, because he already was in the chat, baby.
Right, I know, right? Yeah. Why would he want his own autographed football? That would make no sense.
Right. Yeah. He was like, man, shit, I already got footballs. I got a bunch of them with my name on them already.
Yeah.
That's why somebody said he's Allen Robinson.
Yeah. You rip him too much. Hey, man,
you know what? We might as well get into score predictions. I really don't even
43-42 Detroit. I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
I am never going over points again. Never.
Hey,
Is there
yeah,
really
remember
even a
KB?
reason to do,
We
like,
said it's
bold
gonna be a
predictions?
shootout
'Cause-
last week.
Right?
Never
Yeah.
again.
I told you
Six-
there wasn't going to be points scored by anybody other than the Ravens, but Lamar Jackson didn't play, so we kept it close.
I think I was close. What was the final?
You said something low, and I remember I
16-13.
was kind of looking at you like, "Nah, we should put up points." Bobby over here tripping.
No, I said 27-24, I think.
Oh, it was 16-13.
Play the tape back,
final.
man. Fuck this place. I'm out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say shit.
Badge is like, wait, really?
But I'd have to find it. All right, so let's go around the room. We'll start with AC, man. What's your score prediction? Shout outs. I'm not even gonna say bold predictions because who gives a fuck? There really aren't any.
My score prediction, man, I'm going low. It's Dalton versus Goff, who might not even finish the game. So I'm gonna say, man, it's a tough prediction,
Hey,
man.
I'll let you think about it for a minute, but he says Handy Andy will pull out the win. Doesn't Andy have like 6 kids? This motherfucker can't pull out. Sorry, my bad.
God damn it, man.
I'm gonna say
good.
Bears. I'm gonna say Bears lose. We're gonna see a lot of field goals, I think. So it's gonna be like 15-17 or something like that. Some crazy number. And we'll get a lot of Cairo Santos today in the dome. Bold prediction. Matt Nagy gets to stick around in Detroit and try to figure out the whys after another loss. Don't even bring his ass back to Chicago.
Oh, God. The whys.
And shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to my wife. She's working today, and she's got to work tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe she'll get some burn victims in there today, KB, and try to help them out at the hospital.
Hope not. I hope not. I hope she has an easy day.
Yeah, I hope so too. And then shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The chat's been on fire today. You guys have really kept us going with topics and stuff. I mean, we barely even talked game, like I said, but I mean, it's a 3-win Bears team versus a no-win Lions team. It's not a great game. We're only watching because we're Bears fans, really, to be honest. And then that's it. Make sure y'all you talk about Don Burr. Make sure you guys come into the after show. I think Aldo and Dan's doing a little something. We might have some other ballroom personalities on there. If they give me a call, we'll see what I'm doing. I don't know. I got dinner to eat, so.
Well, we know if you go on there, it becomes the AC show automatically. So
obviously, I mean, is there another ballroom personality?
Is there no one else?
Are you not entertained?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
KB, what you got, man?
I give it a little bit, a few points score. I'm not gonna go high. I'll say scores 24-13, Detroit. I'm just gonna regulate myself to never picking this team to win the game while Matt Nagy is the head coach. Yeah, that's just where I'm at this point. As far as shout out to y'all because we're still doing this shit regardless of how bad we play. Shout out to the fans because y'all still tuned in to see us. This shit is fucking crazy. And shout out to all the families, man. It's a holiday, man. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody at the ballroom. And happy Thanksgiving to people that I talk shit to. Even if I talk shit to you, I do appreciate your opinion. I'm always here for a good discussion. So we love y'all, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Bobby, I'm gonna let you
want to go? You want me to go?
next.
All right. Hold on. I'm responding to Nate.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up Nate's comment actually.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna be in man jams all day. So I'm one of those assholes. I don't get dressed up for Thanksgiving, dude. You should see Carrie. Like, we had people coming over years past, and I fucking stay in pajama pants. And she's like, "Aren't you gonna get dressed?" I said, "No, this is what I'm wearing." She's like, no, it's not. I was like, woman, yes, it is. This is what I'm fucking wearing today. Like, fuck that. They're coming to my house for Thanksgiving. They can go fuck themselves. I ain't going nowhere else. But either way, we ended up doing family pictures one day, and I'm in a fucking football shirt and fucking man jams with my fucking Jesus sandals. But she wasn't happy. But either way, shout out to, of course, everybody in the chat. The chat's been fucking great, man. If I did it a couple weeks ago. I know I wasn't on the show, but when I went to the San Francisco game, I airdropped the show in the fucking stadium like I did, like I do every Bears game I go to. Yeah. I fucking pull up the show and I airdrop it and to like fucking thousands of people. So if you're going to the game today, fucking hit them up, dude. Airdrop that shit. Let us see it. Like, screen record yourself, airdrop it. We'll send you something. We'll send you a jersey or send you something just for your fucking efforts. But otherwise, game predictions, dude, I think it's going to be a good ground. Not good, but I think it's going to be a ground game. Even though it's a dome, even though weather don't count, whatever, I still think it's going to be a big ground game today. But I'm going to say I'm still going to go in the 20s for both teams. You know what I kind of wanted to do earlier is put an overtime bet on this game, just because overtime bets are like fucking plus 1,800 and shit like that. Just to go to overtime. The Lions seem to be the team that like just fucking from like rounders, just hanging around, hanging like, and I mean, not that I would mind to see it, but whatever, dude. I think it's going to be up in the 20s somewhere. I'll say, let's just go with, I'll say 31-27 on a fucking late fourth quarter kind of score. I think it's going to be up there, dude. Both these teams, the defenses have been shot. We give up fucking double move plays. People don't know how to cover people. They fall for the double moves and whatever. I'm going to say a couple broken plays, big touchdowns, whatever. And I think this is going to be the highest scoring game of the day. That is my bold prediction. Collectively, the highest scoring game of the day on Thanksgiving. I'm going to say it's the highest scoring game of the day. But, all in all, man, it's fucking Bears football. Like, if you're in this chat, obviously on this show, did you expect something different? Because all of us might be the fucking definition of, of like crazy, of fucking senile, of all that. Because
I already know I'm crazy.
Because every year it's the same fucking results when we're at this point in the season. So whatever, man. Nagy needs to go. Cool. Pace, stick around, leave. I don't fucking care. Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker. And let's get a fucking the Fire Nagy chats going, but let's keep him away from his kids' fucking games, because that's just kind of shitty, man. And like you've seen the meme going around. Sure, I'll take another one. I'm not done with this one yet, but fuck these now my daughter's delivering me fucking drinks. Oh, that's hers. Fuck. She's pointed at it. She's just saying like, hey, so cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. And shout out to the fucking all the kids being home. My family, they're all around. It's just us today, man. No other people coming over. No nothing. It's just all of us holding down Thanksgiving today in our fucking man or woman jams. And my wife's gonna be pissed because my kids are fucking take after me and they're gonna wear pajamas all day. Yeah. And otherwise, I guess that's it, man. Thanks for fucking joining us.
I'm gonna question this though. So, I mean, last week a couple people picked over 30 points for the Bears to score. Bobby's picking over 30 this week. This fucking team can't score 30 points. They can't. I just can't pick this team to score 30 points because they can't do it. Now, I say this, you watch, today they'll score 30 points. But whether they do or not, I am taking this organization and this team and this piss-poor coach team to lose to the Detroit Lions for them to get their first win, and their first win since they beat us last year. And I think the score will be 13-9. And I think the Lions are 13, the Bears are 9. I think it will be the most boring game of the day, without a shadow of a doubt. I think both teams will be lucky to come out healthy. And I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to give these fucking dipshits in charge any reason to keep Matt Nagy. I'm sorry. I can't fucking.
I don't think they. I mean, do you honestly think even if they win out that they keep Nagy? I mean, let's go miracle style. I don't think they do.
They won.
They did last
year. Come out of a 6-game losing streak, lose 2 in a row, back into the playoffs, and the fucking organization was impressed with it. Oh, the way they handled coming out of that and to get into the anything is possible with these fucking idiots. I
don't think so. Not when the fan base has taken over other stadiums chanting it. I think it's inevitable that Nagy's fucking gone. I think
the revolution has begun.
Yo, where's Chris? Did you see Chris's comment? Sorry. Chris's comment. The Red Rifle's going to be more of an MVP than Bobby's wife. No fucking chance, Chris.
Oh, that's not possible.
I'm just kidding.
That's not possible.
Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
All right, shout-outs. My wife is working today. My wife is not on the front lines in the medical field, but my wife is working today. So shout-out to her. Kicking ass, taking names, as always. My daughter's home from school as well. We've been lucky enough to have her home already for, almost a whole week. And it's awesome. We're actually going out to eat. We'll actually see my wife because that's where she is. She's at work. So we're going to her restaurant and we're super excited about that. The chat, you guys, man, every week you guys are on here with us at the ass crack at dawn on a Sunday morning. Most other people probably go to church. We don't go to church on this show except the church of the Barfly Tailgate show. And we appreciate all of you coming on every week, giving your thoughts, giving your input, telling us we're wrong, telling us we're right, telling us we're assholes. It's all good. We like it all. And we can't thank you guys enough. Yes, I know AC mentioned a possible post-game Bears show with some other Barroom folks. Guys, really tune into the Barroom Network. There is so many shows on here for anything you like. Eldo has said it before on shows. If there's something you're interested in that we don't cover and you want to do it, reach out to him because, there's the chance. There's an opportunity for you there. So if you're interested in possibly being on the network, and maybe it's another Bears show or a Bulls show or a Blackhawk show or whatever.
It could be the MLS Fire for all we care.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Just reach out, man. There's always an opportunity. Bobby is lucky enough to have been doing this for 5 years. I've been lucky enough to doing it 4. We've had KB and AC for 3. It's the 4 of us feel very blessed. Mike Schaefer as well. Mike had a blast with us last year. We had a blast with Mike. Yeah. And we wish he could be with us this year too, but
is there a halftime show today?
I'm not sure. If there may be.
I texted Aldo and asked him, but I haven't gotten a response yet. Fuck it, I'll go live at halftime. I don't give a fuck. Create me a link.
I'll create you a link.
Fuck it.
I'm going to be eating dinner, so
I'll be eating as well.
And I won't have watched, and I will not have watched the first.
Yo, see, this is what I'm talking about. I wear the pants in this fucking family. I'm just.
Yeah, the man jam.
Fuck it. I might come out at halftime. I don't know. I might create my own fucking link and just come in and crack it at halftime. I got to see what Aldo says if he's even doing one. But
I wish I could wear my gray sweatpants today, but I'm on the road today. I got to go to my father-in-law's house, so I got to.
Oh. Nah. All right, we'll wrap this fucking thing up. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Fuck it. You might get a fucking Bombs Away halftime show. Who fucking knows? I'm already drinking mimosas. I'm fucking scared.
I got a good feeling about this.
I'm gonna come in.
Have to keep my phone.
I'm gonna come in with my fucking Andy Dalton jersey on because that bitch is gonna have 20 points in the first half. Fucking sing it. I don't have an Andy Dalton jersey.
I was just gonna say, prove you have an Andy Dalton jersey, you fucker.
Bobby at halftime, mimosa in one hand, phone in the other. What the fuck's up, Barfly?
I was gonna say, if he come on with an Andy Dalton jersey, I'm coming on ass naked. I'm just saying.
Hey, fuck. Shit. I can get one delivered in an hour, motherfucker. You want to play this game? All right, everybody. everybody in the chat, thanks for joining us, boys. Hell of a job. Good show. Maybe we lose today. Maybe we win. Who fucking cares? Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys, to all your family, to your friends. I'm that dude that's like, I really care about people. If you've seen the meme, like, I really care about people. I want people to do great. And then I'm also that dude that's like, motherfucker, where's your turn signal? Fuck you. So whatever. That's me. But appreciate you guys joining us, man, and meeting some of you guys out there. And who knows? I mean, I know probably none of us, and if you're in the chat, unless you're a season ticket holder, you're probably not going to another game and paying for it. But, hey, if we're forever out there again or whatever, fucking love to meet up with you guys. See ya. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanks for joining us today. And I'm not even going to say, let's leave them with a bear down. And, I mean, it's been going for years. Let's leave them.
Fire,
That's it.
Everybody.
Fire.